Hello and welcome back to another round of Arbitration Studios as we continue our journey across the whole damn thing of Parasite Eve. And a Merry Christmas to all who celebrate.
Indeed.
I'm JP Arbiter,
I'm Mrs. Arbiter.
and we are starting in day two. This is really kind of like the beginning of the actual story. Day one is just the introduction, the prologue. And, like all good prologues, it starts with a giant fucking alligator that shoots lightning and
Of
breathes
course.
fire.
Of
So,
course.
um, one things I like about this game is that, and by the way, last time on the opening of this, we experimented with a audio radio drama of that, and one, it really hurt my voice, and two, this is actually the second cut of this. And I did something for a character in here where I made them a really annoying, nasally, loud, obnoxious little shit.
And you didn't like
No, you didn't like it.
it.
And you convinced me that it was a bad idea. So we're going back to our regular commentary. Don't get me wrong, like Eve was like Eve particular was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I don't think the radio drama thing works out for this whole bit.
Not for this one. This one just makes it weird when you add that in.
Mm-hmm. Either that or we need like a full cast.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, um, couple of mechanical things to go over with this. First off, we just received a mod permit, and this opens up really like the core combat mechanic of the game, which is that you gather firearms and also armored vest, personal protection, and you don't have to use them as is in this.
You can modify
You can
to a
modify
certain
them.
extent.
Um, what happens is that each gun or armor piece has a set of stats for it, and they come in two columns. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get to that part when we get to that part.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I will say this too. The other thing I enjoy about this, and um you being musically minded and much more musically gifted than me, I love the Parasite Eve soundtrack. Um, this game came out in the United States in 1997. So, and it's 2025 on the cusp of 2026
Mhm.
now. I hum this police station tune when I'm just idling in my life all the time. And so I've been
Didn't
doing it
stick with you.
for going on almost 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, so and this game is full of great music.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't heard it all. Is there any particular tune that like speaks to you that is a personal favorite?
Oh, that's a hard question. I'd have to say we need to the fight music.
And then there's this guy.
Ah, yes, he's replaced the
Well, the two gunshot
original.
folks. So you got the guy who's all gung ho about firepower, and he's not even in a standard police uniform. It looks like he has a little Texas Ranger style vest
Mm-hmm.
on over a blue shirt and his sleeves rolled up, so he's not nearly in uniform. Compared to his boss, Torres, who maintains the police armory and seems to hate it.
Mm-hmm.
The story behind it is that Torres is a firearms expert, and it's the classic case of kid found his service weapon and killed herself with it on accident.
Mm.
And so became very, very rigid and uptight about firearms safety, um, and the cycle of violence that comes with firearms between authorities and criminals, and yada 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 yada. I The only reason I'm going yada yada and being dismissive is not because I don't believe it or don't think it's a argument worth having. It's just that they gloss over it in this game.
Mm-hmm. I do like the one line that she has. Well, as long as cops rely on guns, criminals will too.
It's a vicious cycle.
No, there are very valid and very unique points that are made that you'll find made in video games that are holds a lot more weight than most people want to give them credit for.
And then you'll have characters like Barry Burton who are just gun enthusiasts all around.
Oh yeah, there's always
Um,
somebody who's just kind of like, oh hey, there's this, there's this, there's this. It's like okay,
well, I mean,
that's
I am going to be going nuts throughout this series about all of the guns that we collect in the game that are real world guns that they had to kind of make away from that. Which is like this weird thing about firearms companies. They've always been like this.
mm-hmm,
Whereas, like, we don't want to be associated with criminals and terrorists, even though our weapons are used by criminals and terrorists and not just good guys.
mm-hmm,
Um, which, it's stupid, it's lame, but it's the way of the world. And then contrast that with, like, the military aviation complex, not just in America, but around the world. And Bandai Namco's Ace Combat series, where it's like, just if the check's clear, do whatever you want. Although in that case, it helps that the Ace Combat series takes place on a fictional planet.
which makes me ask, was that actually the most powerful gun in the game? Because that's the most powerful she allows.
It's the most powerful he's willing to give us. An M16A1, this is the most powerful gun I'm willing to let you have. That is a mighty impressive thing. Now, it's a little handicapped because it has only a 15 round magazine. But if a police officer handed a detective an M16 in order to have a good counter against these monsters, that should carry her throughout the entire investigation. That is some serious firepower. Um, so, yeah. But because this is a video game and it's not what the gun is, but it's stats that matter,
Mm-hmm.
where, it's not the most powerful gun in the game.
It's just at that point, it's just part of the dialogue,
Yeah.
more or less,
Yeah.
which is what happens. It's how games work.
Yeah, but it's a very serious piece of hardware. Um so this is the mechanic, and we did that where what happens is that like I said, you have your gun statistics, which is in two columns here. Pause if you want the full brief. And you can transfer the minor statistical boosts from the second column of one gun into another one to give it a modest boost. Or if a gun has an ability like the ability to fire 3 shots in a
Mm-hmm.
turn, you can transfer that specific ability into another gun. And in doing so, you only transfer the ability and the gun is destroyed in
Yeah.
the process. Um,
The gun permits.
the gun permits, what they do is that if you look
Uh huh.
on the stats here, there's this little block,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how many slots you have for the non-statistical boosts. So,
Oh,
like in this
okay.
case, with the 1911, it has the 3-shot ability. The M16 only had a 2-shot ability. But then there's also this clearly delineated blank space right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a slot for an additional non-stat ability.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I get you.
and so that's what you can and that's what you can do. And the mod permits allow you to expand the number of non-stat ability blocks that are available to a gun or a piece of armor. Piece of armors have things like automatically use a medicine when you need it, or be resistant to poison or paralysis or darkness, or there
Blindness.
that's
Well,
darkness.
oh, right. That's
There's
too.
also pieces of armor that have pockets for equipment. So it is a whole thing. It's a very elegant system. Um, the most powerful gun in the game. There are two arguments for it. You potentially get the most powerful handgun in the game about halfway through at the end of day 3. And that is Torres' own handgun, which is a Beretta M9, the same kind of gun that like the Army used until they adopted a new handgun about 5 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that, and the reason why that's potentially the most powerful gun in the game is that the stats aren't that great, but it is one of only 2, maybe 3 guns
Mm-hmm.
that can have their stats expanded into 10 blocks,
Gotcha.
which potentially allows you to have every single unique type of equipment or every single type of stat boost in the game. Now, it would take serious investment. And it would really only shine in New Game Plus, but that's potentially it. Um, there is 2 other guns that you can get through a system we're going to see in this game, actually starting in this video, that involve an item called junk. And what happens is that you can turn junk over to Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
and if you give enough pieces of junk to him, I think it's 200 pieces,
Mm-hmm.
you can get a new gun of any one of the types. On the pistol type, you'll get a Desert Eagle that can also have that can also be expanded to 10 slots and is significantly more powerful in its base stats than the M9 was. Or the submachine gun. If you selected the submachine gun, you'll get what's called a P90, and and it can only be expanded, I think, to 8 slots, but that's also more than enough
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. This is a character that I kind of screwed up in our first attempt at this when we were doing the audio play thing, because what I did was, if anyone's a fan of A Slap on Titan, or no, it wasn't A Slap on Titan, it was when Team 4-Star did a pilot for Attack on Titan Abridged, and then, like, the Attack on Titan production company just said, oh, hell no, you're not doing that, because they don't like fun. Anime companies, for some reason, do not like fun. I get it, because it's their intellectual property, but parody is parody, buds.
Oh yeah.
But Team 4-Star's version of Armin Artler was whiny, nasal, and couldn't string a sentence together, and I was doing that for Ben because he strikes me as a brat.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents are divorced, kid. Get over it.
Mm.
Uh, I say that as a son of divorced parents. The fact that they divorced when I was an adult, let's leave that out of it. So, anyway, yeah, we have just gone over the entire backstory in the police department, and we are about ready to head to our first, or our first
Location.
our first gameplay location in Central Park. So that's all cool. Oh wait, no, we got I think we got a briefing we got to do first.
Ah.
But
Almost. Almost there.
This is fun. Like, this game was very much structured to be, I don't want to say a movie, but very much theater, very much a play. And very much something in the vein of a police procedural like Law and Order or NYPD Blue. I think. I don't know. You ever watch any of those shows?
Oh, some, but not much.
More culturally aware of them?
Yes. Mostly it was what were my parents recording from TV.
Your parents never struck me as a police procedural person.
Not really.
There
were just too many other options. My parents are more of the sci-fi or horror kind of people.
My dad was very much a ER not Law and Order. Well, maybe it was Law and Order. Or no, it was Homicide. I know that because there was a one of the actors on Homicide was a uh comedian or a comedic writer, I should say. He wasn't much of
Mm-hmm.
a stand-up by the name of Richard Belzer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, really goofy guy. Um, which was odd because he played a really serious guy on that show.
Well,
So,
you have to be able to play up a series. It's called acting.
mm-hmm. So, rare, highly flammable chemical. Boy, they are spinning the bullshit.
Yeah.
Without so much as a minor burn.
Quick thinking and training.
So, Opera Theater Incident Press Conference, Captain Baker, Det Brea. Is it Brea or Bree? Brea.
Bria.
Hmm. And I,
Or I could see it being pronounced both ways.
yeah, I know. And
Depends on silent E or
right
silent
here,
A. It's
Aya
weird.
just completely fucked um the entire cover story
Oh, of course.
because get because who's gonna buy some supernatural shit? Uh-huh.
Couldn't people just say there was a gas explosion? Is that what they normally cover up with sometimes?
Swamp gas
Uh-huh. Or something like that.
or something.
You never know sometimes. It is
And
really hard to keep track of.
well, and let's be honest, can't fucking explain this shit. Not in a rational manner. But I mean, the other thing is that the story itself is bullshit. Yeah, I'm looking up at the wiki now. All they have is a pronunciation guide for her first name, which is Aya. I as in what's in your skull, Ya as in yeah, yeah. So apparently meaning design, colorful, or beautiful in Japanese.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know what that means or anything. Just like, oh hey, that's interesting. Um, apparently natives to the born in Boston originally, according to the wiki. Attended the University of Virginia between 1992 and 1994, uh, and was involved in the ROTC program.
Hmm.
After her stint in the Army, relocated to New York City and became a police officer, and she has only been here for 3 years.
Hmm. So by some terms, you that meant
She's
something.
very much a rookie.
Yeah, that's what I was aiming for.
um, oh, so yeah, we're not even at the Central Park portion. We're doing more storyline stuff, and I think it was the storyline stuff that made me want to do the
Radio dramas.
whole radio drama style in the
Yeah.
first place. But yeah,
Oh well. We're making it work.
boop 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 boop. When we get to day 3, there's a version of that song that's much more upbeat and kind of threatening and whatnot, and that's yeah, there's a reason for that, but that's also really really good. So my god, a computer with a clickety clackety keyboard and a CRT monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I love mechanical keyboards for computers still. If I have a case where I'm working on a separate keyboard, I will invest in the mechanical clickety clackety.
I like the mechanical quickly tidy too. I had something that was like that, and then children got in the way.
I reassembled it.
I know, but the fact that one of them took the keys off was just bothering me.
Yeah, but
It's just,
what did it never work right even after I rebuilt it?
uh, kids kept on stealing it still because one of them wanted to hear the clickety clackety. So kept in his room so I could never use it, and just like, great, thanks, kid.
Children are little thieves.
Well, they're adorable most of the time. It's the other half that's
A
not the fun.
scientist that is pretty antisocial. Huh, you don't say. Just like bones.
Mm-hmm. Scientist plus antisocial. That seems to be one for par for the course.
No wonder he works at the New York City Metropolitan Museum of Natural History.
Yeah. It fits the bill. It fits the bill.
Why do you kiss the chief's butt? You two joined the force at the same time, didn't you? It's called the Chain of Command, Aya. That is the heavy iron chain that I will beat you with until you understand who is in command.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if she was in the army after high school and put her through college, then like she should understand this. Oh, there's a little chocobo there.
Chocobo.
Chocobo.
Such a teeny tiny representation and everything. I love the graphics. Still always make me giggle.
Mm-hmm. Well, PlayStation 1 era, the 3D modeling was there. The background is just a two-dimensional matte painting.
Mm-hmm.
Not a painting, it's a digital painting, but it's a fixed, pre-rendered uh, two-dimensional image that the three-dimensional characters move on.
Got no exhibit. There's foreshadowing.
Shush you. Anyway,
Anyway,
Final Fantasy did the 7 did the same thing. With all the backgrounds being these super detailed pre-rendered images, and then all the characters were these blocky polygonal messes.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing good, just freezing my nuts off out here. They won't let me carry a gun anymore. All I could do is beat people with this 6L maglite. Hey, did the doc do something? Here I am, stuck here on Christmas Day. It's probably because I'm the only Jew who works for the museum. Also, my wife died ages ago. My kids won't talk to me. My only friends are named Jim Beam and Jack Daniels, and the hobo that sleeps on the street corner outside my apartment. I'm mostly making fun of it because we will never see this guy again, which is kind of a shame.
Gee, why don't you sign us in?
Just my name? Yeah, unless you want to leave your number too. Okay, I'm not going to do that all the time.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
When Eve shows up, I may go full ham for a bit.
Well, Volham for a little bit I can handle. Too long? That's yeah.
Too long. Well, you also hated it when I did the German accent for Clamp. So,
Yeah, that was just kind of weird.
mostly because my German accent is very bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is my reference for a German accent is actually from a Saturday Night Live skit that Kevin Nealon and I think it was Mike Myers did.
Hmm.
Uh, called Hans and Franz,
Hmm.
Pumping Up with Hans and Franz. Oh no, it was Dana Carvey, not Mike Myers. But it was two Germanic Europe or bodybuilders wearing drab gray sweatsuits and weight belts, and the whole thing was, yeah, good evening, I am Hans and I am Franz, and we are here to pump you up. Um and just like being big old um
Cheese balls.
yeah, big old meat-headed cheese balls trying to work out while the other denigrates the audience for not being as strong and physically fit as they are.
Mm,
Um, Doing exaggerated poses and whatnot, and constantly alluding to the fact that like Arnold Schwarzenegger was a relative of theirs,
mm-hmm.
which was really funny when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the guest host of Saturday Night Live. So of course they did that skit.
Yeah. Although he was chuckling over it. Good actors chuckle over those
Oh
kinds of
yeah,
things.
yeah. You have to. It's one of those things where it's like to most musicians, the greatest honor you can receive is not a Grammy, it's Weird Al. You know, because you got to be able to laugh at yourself. Um, the only two people who didn't see it as an honor were infamously Coolio, although apparently that was like an act on his part for quote his image.
Mm,
Um, and his manager was like insisting that he act that way towards it because like years later, was like, no, this not only did not bother me at all. That was a good song. The rhyming was good. The meter was good. He did that almost better than than I did Gangster's Paradise. But the other person was oh Paul McCartney.
hmm.
Because Weird Al infamously has a song called "Live and Let Die" or "Chicken Pot Pie,"
Mm-hmm.
which is a play off of Paul McCartney and the Wings' "Live and Let Die," famously the opening sequence of the James Bond movie of the same name.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Paul McCartney would only, even though Weird Al doesn't need permission for that song to ever be on an album. Um, Paul McCartney would only give his blessing if Weird Al and all of Weird Al's crew contractually agreed to become vegan, and that whenever the song was performed on tour, that only vegetarian goodies were offered at the concessions, and that the money from any of the proceeds of that song were automatically given over to an anti-land mining charity that was started by Paul McCartney's wife. Asshole, asshole, asshole. Okay, good cause, but you're holding up a song hostage pet for your pet causes.
Mm-hmm.
Asshole. Um First off, we don't need Weird Al never needed his blessing, although he has not put Chicken Pot Pie on an album ever. But he will perform it live. So that's fun. Anyway, and we're completely skipping over this guy. Um he Clamp here, Hans Clamp, very German, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is cousins to Hans and Franz, who are here to pump you up. Anyway, very much the scientist so obsessed with his work that everyone who doesn't understand it is a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of a archetype. Classic Saturday morning cartoon villain stuff, if you ask me. Also, his understanding on this is completely wrong because there's a term like cellular apoptosis is what causes aging, not the mitochondria sending signals to die. Oh,
It's video game logic.
yeah. Well, also,
Particularly for the day and age, it's video game logic.
it's horror writing slash movie logic for someone who like understands enough to be dangerous about things,
Mm-hmm.
but not enough to like actually give good explanations on the biology of stuff. And yeah, I get it. You need
Mm-hmm.
the suspension of disbelief, especially because it's the mitochondria are giving our blonde babe here superpowers,
True.
most of which are completely useless. But that's beside the point. Could be traced to a single woman in Africa, mitochondrial Eve, which was an actual thing.
Yeah.
Because the funny and the reason why is that was able to work out is that mitochondrial RNA doesn't change significantly down the matrilineal line.
Mm-hmm.
So you can really determine if you are related to someone uh down a person's mother's side of the family quite easily. Um it's when it's the father, it is your patrilineal line where it doesn't work out that way. But anyway,
And seems like he just got excited.
well, and the scientist doing the "I'm going to ignore you until you go away" thing.
Mm-hmm. Rude.
My uncle does something like that, but it's exactly in reverse, where if you're having a conversation with him and he'll just pause, and it's like you can hear the 15K modem doing the trying to connect what he has heard to what the appropriate response is. And it's just like, oh, he is the most awkward person in the world to talk to like that about stuff because of that, and I have to work with him sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Do 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 do. What? We'll be right there. Was that a car phone or was that a
Radio.
fu-
Dispatch radio.
funny thing about police radios these days? They're almost never used because they're not encrypted.
Hmm.
So usually you know, this is badge 1410. Please contact me on my cell phone.
Huh. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, you'd
I
have a company cell phone on top of a private one, probably.
Well, for the police, I don't know. Why pay for something when you can get the city to do it?
Well,
But
but I'm just saying could, not necessarily that you would.
yeah. It's like for me, I've got a company cell phone because I don't want a single person at work to be able to contact me privately. I can ignore the company cell phone at home, say for a few people.
Mm-hmm. Just keep it charged and keep it with you as needed.
But I'm in senior management at work now. I don't I don't have work-life balance. Oh, boss isn't here.
Okay, moving on.
Yep. You can tell that I haven't played this game in some time.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, that's not 100% true. I did a playthrough of this game before we recorded these sessions, really just to refamiliarize myself with all the mechanics, because it had been 15 years since I'd last played it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember you and I played it together when we were living in that townhouse
Mm-hmm.
when we first moved in together, but that was like the last time.
That's been 20 years since then. Barely believe that some days.
Mm-hmm. Melissa's solo concert was scheduled for today. She disappeared after last night's incident and the concert was canceled. But people are still gathering. So, like, does that mean that she's hypnotizing people? That's what I don't get.
I don't know. I don't know that hypnotizing is the right word, but I also don't know what the right word is.
Ain't that the truth? Anyway. Screw you, Baker. My boy's in danger. I mean, don't get me wrong. As a dad, I would run off in the face of total incineration as well.
Well, yeah, you want to run off and make sure that your child is safe in the end.
Yep. But it's. I am. I am always astonished at how even the most rational person in the world can like push themselves to nearly be a superhero because time demands it.
Adrenaline is
Yep.
weird.
And emotional attachments. And be assigned to watch over a warehouse all day, you know. Again, that whole argument about firearms and police work. I've got my own opinions, but this is not the place for them.
Guns aren't supposed to be stronger.
You geezer.
I mean, the guy's got a good point behind why he doesn't want the kid playing with all.
He's not a kid. He's a grown ass man, and he's
Well,
the
I mean, the younger one.
yeah. But
He's looking at attitude towards things, not so much
I
anything else. But that's my take.
it's not a wrong take. I don't know if it's a there. Wayne's enthusiasm for the job of being the station's armorer, I think, is being seen as a detriment by Torres, unfairly.
Hmm.
That's just me thinking about it.
But that's your take, basically.
Well, Torres's traumatic past is coloring his perspective. Ooh, we get a pre-rendered cutscene. Woohoo! I don't know why this is one that we'll see. And New York City hasn't been evacuated yet, so that street is way too clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just easier to render it without having people.
yeah,
Because otherwise, it's just too many people.
yep.
Peoples are too many, and nobody wants to be around people sometimes. Anyway, rendering can also just be tedious. Not that I have any experience. So.
What is the? I'm a little curious about the NYPD 17th precinct and where it actually is in New York City, and what it's
Like, if it's actually on, if that's where it is specifically.
Well, I've no doubt where it is. Where it is. Ah, it's in the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Manhattan Island. Okay.
Um,
And they show Manhattan Island for everything.
so that's neat. I don't care if I burn again. Being a dad now, I get it, but it's like you fucking maniac when I was a kid. So now we are at the first like combat section of the story. A real role playing game thing, uh, real story oriented bit. Sometimes I don't know if this game would sell well uh, today because of how talky it is.
Probably not as much. And I think the fact that it's not so customizable is what everyone would complain about more.
Well, it's like when you see all the armor, you'd want the armor to be visible. They do a good job though with the guns insofar as they have physical changes to the weapons based on the type.
Yeah.
So all the handguns look like handguns, the rifles look like rifles, and in this case the AR-15 platform type rifle. The shotguns look like shotguns. Um, the grenade launchers, while they look like tear gas launchers, not grenade launchers, but I digress there. They all look like they fire the little 20 millimeter canisters, not a big honkin' 40 millimeter launcher. But
The
that
little.
that that's me
Yeah.
bitching.
Yeah.
So first combat encounter of the day. 40 minutes in, 42 minutes in,
Snack.
we got Snack.
We have double snack. Nope ropes.
Step on Snack.
Nope
Ow.
rope. Nope. 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 Nope rope has reach.
Nope, ropes poison us.
And nope rope has reach. Not good. Not good at all.
You like snakes,
I do actually like snakes. Yes, I think they're. I like them because I think they're cute.
but they're also the ones that don't bite.
Yes, I've only ever handled the ones that don't bite,
Well,
or the
yeah,
ones that.
because you don't handle the ones that do bite.
Yeah,
They like people are not allowed to handle the ones that do bite. The snakes.
no one who's. You have to have specific training for that kind of thing for a reason.
What are those damn dogs that our neighbors yelling at?
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know right now.
I mean, hell, they always yell at me for having the temerity to mow my lawn.
They yip at everything.
There are times I want to like get a spray bottle of vinegar or something harmless but kind of agitating, and
Nah,
just make them go, leave me alone.
nah. It's easier just ignore and move on.
I know. I know.
Until we have to worry about getting the fence fixed and finally painting it, I'm not going to worry about those dogs at all.
The the P8, that is the designation for the old-fashioned German Luger. That's fun. It's interesting because its firing mechanism is what's called a toggle lock, which is just like this really...
Bird.
Yep, just crows.
Just crows.
I mean, I'm surprised we don't have, like, New York pigeons. You know, just big old fat birds.
You would expect to see those more, particularly at a park.
Big old fat birds that would, like, fly into you and, like, explode.
Uh-huh.
And there's the junk items I was talking about. And for some reason, in this playthrough, even though we're not going to be doing New Game Plus, I collect the junk. It's old habits die hard. So, I can make this claim right now because we're recording the voiceover post facto.
No one you were actively trying to avoid the junk, and yet still started collecting it.
Yeah.
Dude, habits die hard. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
What does anyone really expect? Of course, something's gotta give, right?
When an old... Oh, God, I don't remember the song. Just remember the chorus. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. Zoo key. And what's in this gun cabinet? Well, a bulletproof vest.
Hmm. And again, the lack of visible upgrade would be something that would turn people away from the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wouldn't make it past the people just doing a review
Yep.
for beta test, because you'd say, oh, no, there's not customizable. You can't see the difference on this.
Oh, the M203 grenade launcher, which can exist as its own independent platform, but is most famously just something that's strapped to the underside of assault rifles. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator, his rifle had an M203 underneath it.
That's a
Monkey.
monkey,
A monkey with a...
banana hand,
Yeah, I know, it's kind of funny.
a very dangerous banana hand.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Actually-
gonna say very large cricket racket, but
No, not cricket. Cricket, it would be this big flat thing. Oh, it's a South American sport.
one with a net, is what I'm thinking.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's a net that scoops and the balls are made out of stone, and you sling them around, and like, when you sling them from the net, it's like they move at over 100 miles an hour and could really fucking hurt you.
Ugh.
Highlight, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Um,
Alright.
I have no idea how to spell it. I know that, like, it's this weird South American Spanish spelling, so it's, like, got
We
multiple...
have snack again.
More snack.
More snack.
Quack.
More snack. I'd like less snack.
No snap, no step.
No, go away, snack. Go away, snack.
Oh, fun. The audio desynced a little. Yeah, the grenade launcher ain't working.
Okay, next one.
Next! I'm not going to try and resync the audio on that, because seeing that, it is right where it's supposed to be, but it's not right. It's just... looks like it's almost a half second off. Hey.
Well,
That's just a glitch of the recording process.
glitches happen.
Well, but here's the other thing, though.
Uh-huh.
Outside of combat, it's fine.
Huh.
That's fun. The joys of editing, kids. Birdhouse. So, how many zoos have you been to in your life?
2.
St. Louis and...
KC.
Ah, well.
I honestly never really went to other zoos around or anything like that.
Been to Kansas City, I've been to St. Louis, I've been to the Washington, D.C. Zoo, I've been to the San Diego Zoo, I've been to the,
Or I guess we should say, do annual sanctuaries count?
Sure.
Then 3.
The one in, Namacolin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are the only that I've been to.
I've been to one in Texas, but I forget where in Texas. I've been to a cat sanctuary in Arkansas. Ah, why you do that to me? There we go.
Oh, well, that's an out.
So this is the music that you like, this general fight theme?
Yeah. Oh, that's what they do with them. Hello, Boomerang.
Boomerang monkey. And those fucking hurt.
Uh-huh. I will name these monkeys Sokka because...
They're Sokkas now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Boomerang monkeys. Boomerang.
You know, that reminds me of something that we did that we never published. When Doom 2016 came out, we I thought it would be cute if you and I did a crocodile hunter style, like, oh crikey, look at this. This is the West Hell Bollock.
Didn't
Or
work out as well as you were hoping.
well, it's one of those things where I was playing it back later and I was listening to it, and you weren't into it. Like you thought it was a great idea, but you weren't playing to the character.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was because between you and me and the microphone and the audience who's watching this right now, um, I think it was because it wasn't gameplay. We were just going through the bestiary.
That's possible.
Um, and I don't know if it was then you like lacked context for what these critters did, or if you just weren't able to come up with stuff on the like snarky stuff on the spot, but it just did not work, and so I deleted the footage and whatnot. But so what about these things then? These big old wads of plants, since we're gonna play Adam and Eve and name all the animals. And also, yes, it just poisoned us with a fart.
I don't know.
I like to think of those as living compost piles.
Well, it's better than them being living garbage sacks.
I mean, that would work too, since they fart and poison you.
Compost could do the same thing, though.
Compost can't poison you.
No, not gonna poison you, but it's not necessarily gonna smell the best.
Oh, that's true.
It's not intended to.
Composting in real time.
Wrong way.
Yep.
How many maps do they use here?
Oh, it's several dozen. Especially because in the New Game Plus mode, you get to a procedurally generated dungeon called the Chrysler Building, where every floor is determined from a random map, and there's like 120 maps.
Wow.
Which is odd because there's only 88 floors.
So it's choosing 88, randomly picking 88 as you go through?
Yeah, and every 10th one is fixed.
No.
Is a predetermined map.
That's different.
Mm-hmm. Well, those are the boss levels for each one. Most of the bosses are just stronger versions of bosses we already encounter in the game, although there's some unique ones, and on one set of levels, you encounter mitochondrial squirrels.
Mitochondrial squirrels?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to look this one up now. I'm dead serious because I am curious.
It's one of those things where I'm gonna have to like pull images and paste them over this.
No.
Yes. So, yeah, you'll want to go to Parasite Eve wiki and just look up squirrel. That's it. Right there. And now I do have to post this picture onto the video so that way everyone has context.
It just has bigger eyes.
Yeah.
Literally, it just has bigger eyes.
Well, what the fuck could you do to a squirrel to make it horrifying? And not have, like, all of the world think, oh, he's gone too far.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
I mean, hell. You know, we've already played through the entire game at this point, and we're just, like, again, redoing this episode. So, like, out of all the monsters you've seen, which one's your favorite and which one's your least favorite?
That is a very hard question to answer.
I know what my favorite is.
What's your favorite?
when not doing the dinosaurs, which, because I generally am kind of a dinosaur guy.
Dino nerd.
A dino nerd, yeah. I am quite fond of the polar bears that we will be encountering a little bit later on. Now, where all the polar bears came from, because most zoos only have one or two, I have no idea. But, you know.
Well, non-native and all.
And highly endangered.
Yes.
But, and as far as my least favorite critters, it's those goddamn spiders.
Yeah, those spiders can be rough.
And they kick our ass in a couple levels.
I think the alligator's my favorite. It's the alligator or that darn frog. Annoying yet cute. Yet annoying.
And creepy.
Yes.
I would have thought that the rat was your favorite critter.
No. It's not. Surprisingly so. Mostly because there's 2 rats to choose from. Then I have to pick which one I like more.
The gray rats or the red rats?
Uh-huh. And I don't have an answer for that yet.
Well, and then there's...
My least favorite would have to be...
And then there's also the rat men.
No. I'm not acknowledging they exist. I will not acknowledge it.
The holiday season brings joy to us all. Apparently, I forgot to press. Push the button, James. And this Christmas will be the most special of all. Eve, you can't rhyme a word just by saying the word a second time. I think that's the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Special because I will no longer be under the control of a host, as I have since the dawn of time. Humans are weak. Mitochondria can self-evolve. Mitochondria must now take over the nucleus. Please clap. Yep. You know what? Fuck y'all. I'm gonna turn you all into goo. That was so pathetic when Jeb Bush was trying to run for president, and unfortunately Donald Trump was winning the primary, and so his candidacy was fucking dying. And in like one of his last events, he was giving a speech at like a town hall, and then he just like in desperation was just like, please clap. It was so pathetic. I have to get backstage and stop her. Where's Ben in all of this?
That is a legitimate question that I do not have an answer for.
It's that girl again. But she's a ghost.
Do.
You are now entering a dimension of light and mind.
The mitochondrial invention. The mitochondria dimension.
This would have been a kick-ass episode of The Outer Limits.
It would have, actually. You know what else it makes me think of?
What?
How much The Outer Limits, with the right stories picked and the right elements, would make for a heck of a video game series.
Yeah. Maybe. Possibly.
It depends on the story. Some stories are great. Some stories are kind of like, no, we're not going to work very well.
Yeah.
Like, I think the one with where beauty is in the eye of the beholder and everyone has his pig noses.
But To Serve Man would not work.
There's a lot that wouldn't work.
Yeah, it strikes me that like the Outer Limits or the Twilight Zone as a video game would probably work best as like one of the old-fashioned point-and-click adventure games. Like Monkey Island
Hmm. I could see that.
or Sam and Max.
Hmm.
Freelance Police. The Hidden Items.
One thing that I think that I'm glad we didn't have growing up,
Hmm.
but at the same time, it would have been really bizarre if we did.
Hmm.
Was having the
There's
fact
our
that
bear.
yep.
It's got bug eyes.
The fact that now that we have now that the internet's everywhere, there's nothing in a video game you can't find on the internet text to answer what you're doing wrong.
You used to have to buy like a $20 strategy guide, and the stores always shrink wrapped them so you couldn't like go to the store,
Look through it,
try to memorize some stuff, and then go home.
or take, or in this day and age, you would have want to try to take the photo of the pages you need to, and then just walked out.
Mm-hmm. Now we have Game Facts. Well, no, Game Facts came out like in the early like 2000, like 99 2000. Um and then with like handwritten type or hand typed guides by really dedicated gamers, and you knew that the guide was good because they like bothered to create ASCII style art out of letters at the very top to like spell out the game Resident Evil, Knights of the Old Republic, that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Those were the good ones.
Uh-huh.
Um and now
I mean, you wouldn't have anything. You wouldn't have a map or included unless that was created, once something literally created within the text itself.
mhm. Well, and now it's one of those things where you can find a Let's Play within hours of a game's release.
Oh yeah, it's because it's always pre-released,
Uh-huh.
pre-released to a certain amount, and then they also have the beta, alpha tests and beta tests.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why we try not to do, like, brand spanking new games, because, one, we can't compete with that kind of traffic, and two, I'm not all that good at this stuff.
Well, when you do it for fun, it gets kind of boring if you don't get
I remember when we were
later.
doing the, Castlevania Symphony of the Night,
Uh-huh.
and one person said, it's clear you're not all that good at this game, so good luck to you. I won't be coming back. And it's like, dude, it was never about showing off skills.
No.
This is about a husband and wife bonding while the kids go to bed. I say kids, one's 16.
I know. Well, and some people are just in this society where seeing people who know how to play the game better than them is more appealing.
I'm more interested in the people who play worse. I don't want to watch people who like. There is this guy. I forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was Bloomberg or New York Times' video game correspondent, and he was like doing a playthrough of the game Cuphead,
Mm-hmm.
and struggling to get out of the demonstration, here's how you play thing. I always suspected he was taking the piss out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was just so fucking bad that people were like, why are you even doing video game stuff? You clearly don't know how to play. And it's just like, people are saying the wrong thing, the wrong thing to make the right point. Which is, to be a video game correspondent, you have to be able to function in a game.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did Doom Eternal and was just like having the worst time of it. Couldn't function or couldn't manage the platforming stuff. And first person platforming is already hard as it is.
Not everyone can do it.
But again, the point goes that if you're going to be a correspondent for a major publication like the New York Times, who, for reasons I cannot begin to comprehend,
Mm-hmm.
wants to get into video game journalism, you need basic competency, you know?
Yeah.
You can't be someone who played Super Mario Brothers 3 that one time.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
I hear you.
but again, I think that this guy was like trying to be edgy and cool and intentionally being bad to take the piss out of things.
Sometimes it's more enjoyable to see the mistakes what happens when you make funny mistakes here and there.
And there is a certain joy in seeing someone like absolutely facepalm and run into a brick wall, but that can only last so long. It's like those ads that demonstrate like those move left, right, shoot the guys games that aren't real games.
Yeah.
But they intentionally play them bad because they want to rage bait you into downloading the game that's not like the ad at all.
Mm-hmm.
In order to, but it just to get your attention.
Oh yeah, I hate those ads. They tick me off more because nothing is even remote when things aren't even remotely like the game.
And it's not considered deceptive advertising because those games are free to play.
Uh-huh. But they count stats towards the downloads.
Uh-huh.
Even if you delete it, it still counts.
Probably because they're hanging onto your cell phone signal for a bit to mine cryptocurrency or some shit.
Who knows? I think what I like the least are the ones that are any of the games that are going to say, you can play, yes, it's free, but you can play this game to win stuff. And it's like, why? Or the tester ones where they want you to test or play the games, but they have a specific goal you have to reach to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have a lot of time on your hands to get any money.
Yep.
And still be good at, and be able to be moderately decent at the games themselves.
I take it you've looked into this stuff?
I've researched a little bit out of curiosity, but then I just kind of go, Mostly because I don't like it when games when I don't like to let games track data.
Yep.
And you have to let all the games track data, and I'm just like, no. No, my data's all over the internet anyway. I don't want this.
I don't need this bullshit.
Don't want it. Sorry, no.
We got snakes and wallas.
Aww.
No snack.
No snack.
Holy shit, that thing has tasers.
Taser bear? Taser bear. Not trying to pull the Adam and Eve thing or anything, it's just... Sometimes when you see those things that just kind of scream, this is the definition of the critter, it fits.
Oof, give him the body slam! Oh wow, yeah, the audio is like distinct by a full couple of seconds now. This has got to be a side effect of the fact that this is PlayStation.
It's possible.
And we're recording off of that, but anyway.
Well, it's our first recording to do off of that, so that's what happens.
Yep.
What do we have here?
More highlight monkeys.
Monkeys.
Or Sakas, as you called them.
Well, I was just comparing with the boomerang effect on the arm.
Then everything changed when the mitochondria attacked.
Attack of the killer. Attack of the mitochondria. Okay, that almost works, but not.
Nope.
Too many syllables. It's okay. Can't help it. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is one of those songs that gets stuck in my head and I can't get it out.
Well, it's one of your favorite movies.
I like the cheesy ones. I like the ones that, while they are predictable, they're not as predictable as people think. Sometimes.
I don't think that works.
Well, there's the predictable patterns. It's just they don't always follow the patterns. It's when they don't that I love it the most.
Hmm.
Anything to fudge expectations.
To fudge expectations, okay.
Yeah. Well, it counteracts the expectations they had.
I'm not sure it works like that, but I'll go with it. I think you were thinking of the word subvert.
Maybe, possibly, I don't know.
Subvert this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that those compost piles, if you look at them from the back, because of the tentacles and how they're rendered, it almost looks like they have eyes.
Yeah, that is extremely weird. No, stop sporing at me.
Pop, pop. Who wants to see a body slam?
Not from that critter.
What are those things actually called?
That's
Because
a question. That is a very good question to ask.
flyman, frog, mixman, mole, monkey, parrot, they're just called plants. Plant. It's like a chim Pokemon, and one of them is called Shoe. Why didn't I not get rid of all the junk?
Habit?
Habit.
I don't know. Just an idea. So you did play through. I know you played through at least, or attempted to played through that one expanded dungeon.
The Chrysler Building, yeah.
Uh-huh. What was that like?
Hard mode. The baddies are hard. I made a mistake with my gun where I thought, hey, I got all the slots for it. Why don't I put all the grenade launcher ammo types into it? Forgetting that elemental damage doesn't work.
Oh.
And so, like, you end up basically, like, seriously handicapping no matter how powerful the gun is. And so, like, I'm kind of stuck on the Triceratops, which is the 5th boss, I think. And because it's just packing a wall up and I'm one hand tied behind the proverbial back. But I can't go back down because if I do, I have to go back up.
Oh. And that's essentially
well, and then
levels.
No, I'll only need to do the last 10, but then the thing is that the maps will all reset.
Oh.
That
doesn't help.
Yeah, so it's like I have to be better at gameplay to make that work. Or I have to quit, turn around, collect all the junk, get the super awesome
Guns.
Get the super awesome guns that you can only get from the junk collection minigame, and then return. I haven't decided which one I want to do. But I have other things on my plate. I've got MechWarrior 5 Clans with our son. We are spinning up our next year's great big theme for us, which is going to surround a whole bunch of classic games, particularly from the Nintendo and Super Nintendo library, since we've got our methods to record such games sorted out.
Who told earthworms they could get that big?
I thought you've seen Dune.
I have. I'm like, those are just big earthworms.
So were the worms in Doom.
These don't have teeth.
Yes, they do.
Well, they don't have their teeth aren't that big.
You must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. You will face your fear. You will permit it to pass over you and through you. And when it has gone past, you will turn the inner eye and see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only you will remain. They got bigger after I killed one. I
Oh,
don't
no.
like that.
No, neither do I. And now they're spitting even more about you.
Well, they were spitting
Yeah.
things already.
I know. At least you can predictably block, prevent yourself from damaging from them, but
Mm-hmm.
being damaged. Or make the attempt.
Make the attempt.
Yeah, and yet, the more you kill, the bigger they get.
Yep.
Not cool. Totally not cool.
Oh, and it looks like we got one left. Are you ready for the... Oh, no, we still have two. Ah. I'm really tired of these guys kicking my ass.
They are quite the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Love the bosses where you can use their what. I prefer the bosses where you can use the damage they use like back against them. Those are...
Where the whole idea is not to fight them, but to trick them.
Uh-huh.
Real Legend of Zelda stuff.
Yep. Pretty much.
Alright. Oh, shit.
That guy got really big.
Now it is the Quinsich Hatterack, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to know what the name would, what any name would or would not be. It's still terrifying.
In Dune, there's a technical term for it.
Mother of all.
We have Wormsign, the likes of which even God hasn't seen.
My mind only goes to, let's go ride that worm.
Let's go.
Which is an interesting element with the
Um,
Desians of Dune. I want to ride the worm.
Ew.
Just say I could. What?
I mean, just ew.
No. Just being mean. Mostly I'm being goofy.
Oh. But we got no time to be goofy because, oh, then there's this bitch.
Uh-huh.
Your jeans are... Okay, I'm not doing that anymore. Anyway. So, we're gonna go for a ride on a carriage, and I've got questions about this mess.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's legitimate.
Mostly because things are about to get really interesting really fast.
Yes. Yes and yes.
Because, first off, I mean, I acknowledge that that horse would run for a while,
But,
but eventually it would collapse, and it would collapse in like seconds.
uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah, I'm not sure why it manages to keep up so much.
the second thing that I have questions about is that Eve is not on the carriage. She is floating with the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
So how she is able to maintain velocity matched to the carriage without conscious thought bothers me.
That's perfectly fair.
So going back to the music, Eve's vocals here are a real opera singer,
Oh, yeah.
and that's kind of neat.
Well, authenticity there.
Mm-hmm.
Credit where credit's due.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the whole fly up, fire the laser and whatnot. So clearly she can fly at quite a clip, because that horse has to be running at least 20 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. And yet is somehow still running.
Mm-hmm.
We never really get an explanation for that.
I,
But I'm not gonna ask questions because I'm not sure I want to know the answer.
no, you don't. So, yeah, the implication that there is a connection between Eve and Aya, as though that weren't obvious, because Eve is a superpowered monster woman and we are a superpowered hot woman.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's just kind of like, of course we would be connected.
The question is, how? How and why?
Mm-hmm. Here, let me explain directly. And that's when... So, hypnotism, mass hypnotism, and then because she was able to draw everyone to Central Park, even though everyone got the announcement that the show was closed.
Mm-hmm. So for some reason they came anyway.
Mm-hmm. And now she apparently has, like, a pseudo-telepathy via contact.
Uh-huh.
Just like that time Goku did it, and Noah, just, like, out of the blue.
And there's the reality of what would have happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Carriage goes out of control, horse just plops.
And Aya is now dead. So, that was Parasite Eve, ladies and gentlemen.
But, is she dead?
That was Parasite Eve, ladies and gentlemen. Mrs.
But is she dead?
I said that was Parasite Eve, ladies and gentlemen.
But if we're getting a flashback, there's more game. Is that the same doctor?
If it was the same doctor, that would be one hell of a coincidence.
Uh-huh. Agreed. Agreed.
Daddy!
Okay.
Oh my god, Daddy, it was horrible. Mom turned into goop and there was this big-titted, white-skinned woman with tentacles everywhere. What do you mean, Ben? That took you a long time to figure out that, oh, I should talk now. James, why are you pressing the button?
So that's why it came to get me. But mom went to the stage, but she freaked out.
Hmm. What do you mean Mom freaked out? Talk to me, son. You can tell me anything, even about trying crack.
I got near to the stage, but I started to feel sick, so I wanted to go home.
Mom wasn't herself, Dad. Then she turned into goop.
Lorraine.
We cannot put the lives of citizens. Evacuate all citizens out of Manhattan. Wow, that's a tall order.
At Christmas.
Also, most people are out of one of the biggest tourist destinations in North America for Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
To say nothing of the tourists that are there already.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So, shouldn't you leave it to the Army? Well, I would love to, but it seems the Navy wants to get involved. Alright. Alright. First, Lorraine turns in that puddle of goo, leaving my boy traumatized. Now my partner is gone. Daddy! Why you leaving me behind again, Daddy? Don't you love me? This was kind of what I was doing with Ben earlier. Only I would like go on for almost a full minute.
Yep.
The blonde girl, I liked looking at her butt. Her 32-bit pelagonal butt. She wasn't quite like that girl Lara Croft with her pointy boobs. You like dogs? Can I show this boy the dog? Sure, let me open the fence to the dog. Hey, the dog, you've got a visitor. This is Sheba. Oh my god, the dog is eating me alive. Please save me. Help me. Why are you looking at me like this is funny? Oh my god, no, I'm dying. That cop almost died. Aww. Bzz, 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 bzz. Anyway, we got about 10 more minutes of story here, but we're pretty much done. I mean, desolate New York City. Never. I. I hope to God we never actually see that in real life. I mean, we kind of did during COVID.
Kind of, yeah.
Ah, here we are. We're introduced to our newest character, supporting character for Aya's journey.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I forget his first name, but his last name is Medea,
Mm-hmm.
a hopelessly out of his depth biologist from Japan.
Yep. Nihon desuka? Sorry. The one phrase I actually know.
Ah, Medea. Kuniko, right?
Mm-hmm. Koniko.
So,
Although even I could be pronouncing that wrong.
mm-hmm. Of course, in proper Japanese, you would start with his surname, but
Well, yes.
I don't know if it's that way in Chinese as well, but. Oh no!
Yes, it's now or never.
Spontaneous human combustion, I believe.
And yet he stops to look.
Well, wouldn't you?
I would certainly be curious, but I don't know if I'd be that curious.
So, here's the thing. From my understanding, cooked human flesh has a smell very much akin to a pork roast.
Alright.
Do you think the last thing going through that police officer's mind was, my god, I smell delicious?
Probably not. Because the sense of smell would be overwhelmed by other sensations.
Hmm.
Just in general.
I mean, sooner or later his nerve endings would be completely singed and he wouldn't feel anything.
Again, you're not wrong there. Not wrong in the slightest.
Where? Hospital? Is this foreshadowing?
Yes,
This
yes, it
feels
is.
like foreshadowing.
Yes, yes, it is.
I'm going to foreshadow all over you. I would also like to point out that that barrel fire inside the apartment should have suffocated both of them.
Agreed.
Because where's the ventilation?
Exactly.
And so Aya's going to have an identity crisis now. I think that's a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have these powers, the same powers as this creepy bitch who's like half alien who's killing us all. Maybe I'm the monster too. Just. And I'm here too. Just that whole like it feels like there should have been another chapter of gameplay between what we stopped at and now.
Yeah.
I don't know. But just, oh, we found you half dead in the snow outside of Central Park. And so we picked you up and brought you here to slowly suffocate as there's a barrel fire inside a room.
Mm-hmm.
I just. Oh no, crazy stuff, man.
Yep.
Became one big mess. Well, it's one way to put it. Ay, grandiose stuff. Scientists and wife were involved in a car accident. A recurring theme in Parasite Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so this is alluding to the original Parasite Eve light and horror novel that also became a movie.
Hmm.
And not like a feature film, or well, it was a feature length film, but it wasn't like a theatrical release in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It was essentially like Cinemax After Dark release because it was kind of creepy
Mm-hmm.
and crossed all sorts of boundaries that in the United States would have given it an NC-17 rating, but like made it PG-13 in Japan.
Interesting. Interesting.
Because like I don't know if Japan's weird. So long as you don't show pubic hair, like full frontal nudity is okay or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to answer. At least in terms of what's acceptable and unacceptable in the TV range.
But yeah, essentially, the whole idea of this game is that it is a sequel to that horror novel and movie.
Oh.
So technically, there is a prequel to this. But you don't need to read into it because Medea is here to tell you about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to find it, but I've never actually seen it. I do know that there's also a comic book that covers it, but that was released after this game was released. So, that's a whole other bag of mitochondrial cats, though. Oh yeah, we encounter mitochondrial cats.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Hmm. Oh, I was trying to sell the illusion that maybe this was still a live recording.
It's okay. So the Parasite Eve movie, the Japanese movie, was in 1997,
Mm-hmm.
directed by Masayuki Ochaya, Ochiai, based on a 1995 novel of the same name by Hideki Sena, Hideakisena. In case anyone's curious.
Yep. I'd love to get my hands on both. So, the final meltdown. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This is what happens when we are bored and yet we still have a little bit to go before we finished.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like this whole existential bullshit is like I've never developed superpowers, so I don't know. I can't understand what Aya's going through, but this seems a little dramatic.
By the way, if you don't mind translation having to self-translate it, you can actually catch it on YouTube.
Oh,
The actual film.
I would prefer subtitles.
I'd have to find a means of getting that taken care of because I would too. I can only catch certain things I catch and certain things I don't.
The joys of self-teaching a language and only still being a beginner.
Well, it doesn't even if when you're whether you're self-teaching or you have a teacher, it still is unless you're consistently learning each day and you're surrounded by it, you're not going to get that good at the language.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, this is day one or day two, I mean, of Parasite Eve. So why don't we get our outros doing? Want to thank everyone for hanging out with us. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Uh, Click the bell notifications to catch all of our latest stuff. Also, be sure, because YouTube has been mucking with your settings without your permission, to go into them and make sure that your family friendly mode is turned off so all of your favorite content creators will stay in your subscribed and notification box. So something I learned that's happening that we're probably a little late to the picture on this, but I don't want you shouldn't have your settings mucked with by our corporate overlords.
Indeed.
So anyway, once again, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Later, kids.